Welcome to this episode of Diaspora Scholars TV, where we bring you stories and journeys about students who've left Africa and other countries to come to the United States to study, to improve their careers, and to better their lives for their families and also for the countries they come from and also for the countries they live in. So today I'm delighted to have, Twalha Abbass, who's a student at Indiana University. Indiana University is located in Bloomington, which is in Indiana, which is a Midwest state. So, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
So, right, Twalha, I'm excited to have a chat with you today. And so, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. It's the mid of the semester, so things are getting too hectic, but I'm doing all right.
Oh, good. It's good you say you are doing all right in the middle of the semester when I assume maybe exams are on the way. So what are you studying?
So I'm a second year PhD student at Indiana University, and I'm doing folklore.
Folklore?
Yes.
All right. So viewers, we are bringing you the story of Twalha Abbass, who's a PhD student at the Indiana University. My name is Dr. Fidelis Ngombera, and I'll be the host in this show. So again, folklore, that's something that is studied at PhD level?
Folklore, before I got interested into that field of study, I did my master's in African Studies.
Master's in African Studies?
Yes, in the course of 2 years that I did African Studies here at IU is when I discovered folklore, because the courses I was taking, I got to meet professors who were interested in African stories and African material culture and public practice. And that's how I thought about doing something related to that. And I told myself, maybe this is something I can get deeper into. So I started searching, and then I talked to people, and then they told me about folklore, and that's how I got into that, and I started to do a PhD in folklore.
So you did your master's from Indiana University?
Yes.
And you say it was in
African Studies.
African Studies.
Yes.
So before that, where were you? It's interesting. You are here. You are in the United States. So where do you come from? What's your original country?
So I am originally from Tanzania, in the northern part of Tanzania, actually northwestern part. That is Bukoba, Kagera. So it's the other side of Lake Victoria. Actually, we are bordering with Uganda.
Oh, okay.
That's where I'm from. And I came to the United States for the first time in 2019 as a Fulbright foreign language teaching assistant. So I taught Swahili at Indiana University for 1 year, and then I did my master's degree. But my master's degree enrollment or admission got interrupted by COVID-19. So I was supposed to start in 2020, but I deferred for 1 year and then came in 2021 to start my master's here.
So, so you say you came to teach? So you first of all came to teach?
Yeah, originally the first thing that brought me to the US for the first time was to teach Swahili.
Teach Swahili?
Yes.
Okay, under which program then?
Under Fulbright Foreign Language Teaching Assistantship. So this is the program that is funded by the government of the United States. I think it's the federal government of the United States. And they bring people from different countries all over the world to come to the United States and teach their native languages at the universities. And the focus is on the languages that are less commonly taught in the United States. Of course, I've seen some people teaching most commonly taught languages, but most of Fulbrighters teach less commonly taught languages. And one of those in the United States is Swahili.
Okay, so you taught Swahili for 1 year before enrolling for a master's program in African Studies.
Yes,
which you took, and congratulations on your master's.
Thank you.
And then, so now you are doing a PhD in folklore. Oh, wow, that's amazing. And so how is, if you compare, education here and education in Africa, what stands out?
For me, it's so hard to talk about other parts of the continent of Africa other than Tanzania. Because I went to school and like primary, secondary, high school, and then university in Tanzania for my first degree. And I did my first degree at the University of Dar es Salaam before coming to the US. So the difference that I observe is in the way of, like there are many aspects to talk about these differences, but I can focus on the way of teaching and or learning. First, as a student, I think the difference lies much on the way we interact with materials here. So I was okay.
Excuse me.
Yeah, that's so I have had experience of going to class and the professor would get in and would give a lecture.